Hi everyone, I'm going to be making some buffalo chicken enchiladas today. I've made this many times before and it turns out really good. So here's a few of the ingredients that you're going to need. We're going to go through everything step by step and I'll show you exactly how I make it. I'm going to be using the slow cooker today. You don't have to, of course. So I'm going to be using a slow cooker because I want to get my chicken going and get this recipe started. But I have a lot of errands to run, so I want my chicken to be cooking while I'm out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pour about half a carton of chicken stock into my slow cooker along with a little bit of chicken seasoning. I'll show you which kind I use. So that's how I'm going to get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour about half a carton of this chicken stock. Maybe not even that. It doesn't need that much, maybe a quarter. So maybe a quarter of that. And I'm just using a little bit of chicken seasoning. This is what I'm using. You can use any type of chicken seasoning. It's actually just optional. Just for a little added flavor. And because I'm using a crock pot, a slow cooker. Is a crock pot and a slow cooker the same thing? I have no idea. But anyway, I'm just going to put my frozen chicken in. It doesn't really matter. Just using about that much. So I'm going to get this covered and I have it on medium and I'm not sure how long I'm going to cook it or how long I'm going to be gone, but basically after the chicken is done, this is only going to be about a 5 or 10 minute recipe. Just to throw the ingredients together, I'm going to make the homemade buffalo sauce and add the cream cheese and get all the ingredients together. So I will be back after the chicken is done. Okay, my chicken is done. It's been cooking probably about 4.5 hours on low and medium. And this is how I wanted it. I wanted it this like shredded consistency here. So I'm going to get the rest of the chicken shredded up like that. And then I'm going to make my sauce. I'm going to make the buffalo enchilada sauce out of Frank's Red Hot, butter, and just a tiny bit of vinegar. I'll put the exact recipe to the sauce in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and get my chicken shredded, get my sauce made, and then we'll get back here and show you how I put it all together. Okay, I have it all shredded, and actually once I shredded the chicken, it kind of absorbed all of that excess juice, so it's nice and moist, so it's not going to be dry. So now I'm going to make my sauce, and I'm going to add my sauce to the pot. Okay, I have my butter melted, I have my hot sauce added, and also 1 tablespoon of vinegar. We're going to be adding cream cheese to the chicken also, so I'm going to get my sauce mixed up and we're going to add it to the chicken. Okay, this is what it looks like all mixed up. I'm even going to add just a little bit to the pan, to the bottom of the pan here. And we're going to be adding cream cheese, and it's going to offset the very hotness of all this hot sauce. So now I'm going to add the cream cheese also. That's what it looks like so far. I have the sauce, the cream cheese, the chicken, everything there. I'm going to mix this all up, get it all nicely combined, and then we're going to make our enchiladas. Here's what my mixture looks like. As you can see, I added a little bit more cream cheese. This smells really hot, so I think adding more cream cheese will offset because it smells really hot. So that's what it looks like, and now we are going to start making our enchiladas. Okay, now I'm going to get all this nicely spreaded on the bottom of the pan so none of them stick and they're all flavored really nicely. So you can use whatever kind of tortillas you want. I'm just using these right here. They're just whole grain, whole wheat flour tortillas. And also to top them off, I'm going to be using some green onions and a few different kinds of cheeses. So just depending on how much you want in there, maybe a little more, just a little. These smell so good. So this is all I want on the inside. You can put whatever you want on the inside if you want to put cheese or green onions or whatever, but this is all I want on the inside, and I'm going to add the rest to the outside. And I'm just going to brush a little bit of the sauce on top, like that. This is really easy too. Basically what takes the longest is just cooking the chicken. So I'll have that one right there. And I'm going to finish the rest of these up, and then I'll be right back and show you what I top it with and what it looks like right before I put it in the oven. Okay, this is what they look like so far. I still have to add the cheese. I still have to add the green onions. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, I will leave it in the description. And so this is enough for a few different meals. Anytime I cook, it's always for more than one day. And then I use my meal prep boxes here, either to take to lunch or to have my dinner ready when I get home. So I always meal prep. Any meal I ever make is for more than one day. So I'm going to go ahead and get the cheese grated, unless I have some grated cheese, and I'm going to chop up the onions. Okay, just chopping my onions. I like a lot of green onions. So if you don't like them, you can definitely leave them off. But for me, I can't have too many. And I have some cheese already shredded, so I don't have to shred any cheese. It's going to make it a lot easier. This whole meal, minus the time it takes to cook the chicken, you can just throw it together in 10 minutes. And then it lasts you for days. So anything I cook, like I said, I try to make things that, that are really good and I don't have to cook every day. I cook like every 2 or 3 days. Things like chili. I think chili is the next thing I'm going to make. Lasagna. Just anything that's really good, a few days in a row. Okay, now I'm going to get started and put the cheese on. And I'm just going to use this type of cheese, Colby Jack. To finish it off on top, you could use sour cream, you could use ranch, you can use blue cheese. I actually make a mixture of ranch and blue cheese together, and on my single serving, I always put that on top. I'll show you what I do. So is this enough cheese? I think it's enough. Maybe a little more. I like a lot of cheese too. Okay. Now we're going to sprinkle the green onions. Maybe I did cut up a little bit too much. Okay, that's good. This is what it looks like right now, and I'm going to put it in the oven and I'm going to show you what I do with mine. And here's the finished product. It looks really good. It smells really good. I made this many times before and it always turns out great. Something about the cream cheese just gives it a very unique, different flavor. And since these are buffalo chicken enchiladas, either you could use blue cheese or ranch, and I use both. I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I love both. I love blue cheese and I love ranch. And even if you're not a big fan of blue cheese, if you mix the two together, it's like a really, really good combination. So what I did is I just mixed like mostly ranch, I would say 3/4 ranch, 1/4 blue cheese. Gives it kind of like a unique flavor. So then I just use that as my topping on each individual serving, and then, I don't put any on the rest of them. But anyway, it was very easy, very simple. If you have any ideas on any recipes that I could make, or if you have any ideas on how I can tweak this recipe, because this is one of my favorites, just leave me a comment. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.